Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to go over all the major services you need to do at 100,000 kilometers or 60,000 miles. Now, 100,000 kilometers is kind of a cutoff point for many manufacturers when it comes to their warranty, because they know usually at 100,000 kilometers, the cars are going to start to have a lot of problems and a lot of components will begin to fail and need replacement. I like to call this the domino effect at 100,000 kilometers because once you've reached that, a lot of components are going to fail one after the other, and that's just the nature of the beast. So at 100,000 kilometers, these components should be replaced preventively. We're not trying to wait until they fail, because if we wait until they fail, then it becomes a diagnostics issue, an engine performance issue, which then we would have to pay someone to chase, or if we're going to chase it ourselves. But if we do replace these components preventively, we could avoid all that headache. So first up, we got coils and plugs at 100,000 kilometers, which is pretty common. And then you could replace them with double platinum or iridium plugs, which could last a really long time. Now if your car is turbocharged, it is recommended to replace your plugs and coils a lot sooner at around 50,000 kilometers or 80,000 kilometers at the latest. So at 100,000, you also want to do a coolant flush. And while you're at it, you should also replace your water pump. A lot of coolant bottles, it tells you the lifespan of the coolant, which is 100,000 kilometers or 5 years. Next up, we have a transmission flush at 100,000 kilometers. That's usually when people are going to address their transmission fluid and try to get a transmission flush done on their car, just to have some fresh fluid in the transmission. That's what a lot of manufacturers recommend, and some even say it's a lifetime fluid, but I do not believe them. It's a fluid like any other fluid that breaks down with heat cycles and eventually should be replaced. Next up, if you are equipped, we have the timing belt. So if you are equipped with a timing belt, you should get that replaced preventively. Next up, we have the serpentine belt, and after that, the clutch. If you have a timing chain, you could wait on that because usually timing chains last a lot longer, above 150,000 kilometers, even 250,000 kilometers. But if you have a car that's known to have stretched timing chains as soon as 80,000 or 100,000 kilometers, then I would recommend to replace that just to avoid any timing codes and engine performance issues down the line that once again, you would have to pay a garage to diagnose and chase that engine performance issue. And that's how you take care of your car to make sure it lasts a long time. And all these repairs that I've listed might need to be done sooner than 100,000 kilometers if you haven't reached that mileage after 5 years. So if you haven't reached 100,000 kilometers in 5 years, usually after 5 years, then the components also start to go bad just because of age. And if you live in colder climates, then the heat cycles will take an effect on these components, and they could leak prematurely even at 80 or 60,000 kilometers, or they could just fail and will need replacement. All right, and that's going to be it for this short video, guys. Hope you find it helpful. Hope you find it valuable. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.